Tracking some heavy rain in our area on this Sunday and a preview of what the week looks like ahead. Your forecast across the Caribbean and the Bahamas starts right now.
This is Meteo Mundo.
Hi everyone, Rusty back here with you on this Sunday. Thank you so much for tuning into Meteo Mundo. We're your home for the forecast across the Caribbean and the Bahamas. I hope you've been having a great weekend. Coming up in this video, there is some areas of heavy rain developing right now I want to talk about. Then we'll look at the week ahead and where those rain chances will be sticking around and what the temperature is going to be like in your area as well. A little bit quicker video than what we normally do here, but I wanted to come on and kind of talk about Sunday and then preview our week ahead. Thanks so much for liking the video. We'll get right into it here. First, you can see our satellite imagery here and our current temperatures, which in most spots, pretty steamy on this Sunday. A lot of haze going on, especially in the eastern side of the Caribbean. One area that's been popping up some rain on this Sunday are my friends in Jamaica, especially on the northern and the western sides of the island. You can see temperatures there. We've had some good heavy rain near and around Montego Bay, towards Negril, as far east as the Ocho Rios area, some inland locations as well. You notice Montego's Bay temperature dropped to the upper 70s when those thick clouds and showers rolled through. And there still is the opportunity for additional rain late on this Sunday afternoon across the island. The southeast winds right now are favoring the northern and central sides of the island for the best chance for some rain. This is a look at the reporting station in Kingston, where generally speaking, it's been drier on the southeast side of the island. It's steamy, 90 degrees, dew points in the mid 70s. I mean, it feels like temperatures are right around 100 degrees Fahrenheit. Hopefully the Kingston, Portmore, Spanish Town area catch some of these showers. And we'll look at much more in the 5-day forecast for Jamaica coming up. Another area that's seen some rain on this Sunday is Hispaniola, especially interior sides of the Dominican Republic and the western sides of Haiti towards Lacaille there in the peninsula. Showers continue to develop. Even a rumble of thunder is possible. Now, it's very area dependent, but there's going to be pockets of heavy rain continuing here throughout the island. And this is an area that has high rain chances over the next 5 days. And it's not just Haiti and the Dominican Republic, it's the neighbors off towards the east. That's a little too far, Rusty. It's going to be Puerto Rico and the Virgin Islands. Now, rain is beginning to develop across the eastern side of the islands right now, and I'll show you that coming up. And it's just going to get wetter as we go throughout the rest of our Sunday. But San Juan, as kind of a barometer, if you will, temperatures there in the lower 80s, but from time to time we've had some wind gusts on this Sunday of right around 30 miles an hour. So very breezy conditions there. You can see the thicker cloud coverage developing. You can almost see that there's a little bit of a broad twist here. It's just a bit of lift in the atmosphere overall as well. I can show you the radar out of San Juan right now live on this Sunday afternoon, and scattered showers continue to develop. But again, this is just the beginning of what's going to continue to get and become a wetter forecast, especially this evening. It's going to get very wet across the Virgin Islands, especially St. Thomas and St. John, and then Fajardo and Culebra there, the eastern coastal islands, and then all of Puerto Rico later in the day. So scattered showers right now in these areas, but the rain is just going to become more and more widespread. And this is another area, again, that's going to have some pretty heavy and high rain chances over the next 5 days. Let me zoom back out here real quickly. I'm going to put back on the visible satellite imagery, and then we'll get back into what's going to be happening in the Leeward Islands. Now, you get a little bit farther off towards the east, and temperatures are relatively comfortable in this area. Winds, again, I'm going to throw on the winds real quick here. They've been gusting from time to time, again, around 25 to 30 miles an hour. Oops, I just realized I had that off. Sorry about that. And again, 25 to 30 mile an hour winds. Lower 80s from Anguilla towards Montserrat, Antigua, Barbuda, St. Kitts and Nevis, isolated showers there. Hotter and drier and hazier, Dominica South, St. Lucia, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Barbados, Grenada. Drier as well for Trinidad and Tobago on this Sunday. Can't rule out an isolated shower in these areas, but generally speaking, it's more about the haze that's going to be sticking around with our Saharan dust layer. So again, thicker clouds, more moisture the farther north that you go, especially towards the greater Antilles, portions of Jamaica looking pretty good right now in Turks and Caicos and in the Cayman Islands. It's been very nice through portions of Central America today as well, and yet another exceptional day for my friends in the Bahamas. You can't beat it late April. Freeport around 82 for the daytime high. Nassau about 81. Relatively sunny and dry conditions. All right. So that's what it looks like right now. And again, the areas that I mentioned about the heavier rain, it's going to be sticking around here. And the first thing I want to do is take a look at the winds over the next 5 days, and then we're going to take a look at this rain. We're going to continue to see some gusty winds crop up from time to time. Now, the last video on Friday, again, we had this interesting feature in the central Atlantic. It's still out there. You can see the spin to it. I've been watching the models very closely. All of them, try and hold this together for a couple of days and then dissipate it south and west. Again, this is not a very strong low-level center of circulation, but it's just a very unusual feature for late April. It's in the middle of nowhere. You can see it's kind of underwriting the rest of the mid-latitude cyclones to be able to push back towards the south and to the west, but it's not very organized, it's not deeply stacked. But again, nice little blow up of some winds there, but it will be very far away from the Lesser Antilles as it dissipates. So again, no concern there. Strong breeze continues for the ABC Islands. We're going to get some gustier winds through portions of the Yucatan and Central America, through the southwest sides of the Gulf of Mexico. Look at that little spin up for Bermuda again, just coming off the United States East Coast. And then a cold front coming in late Monday into Tuesday and Wednesday will kick up the winds and the surf and sea conditions in the northwest side of the Bahamas as well. So let's take a look at that rain chance here, and I have a lot more about this coming up for the week ahead as well. But again, I didn't want to get out of the weekend without jumping on and kind of talking about some of the areas that I'm going to really be closely following. So we'll first start off in Jamaica. And again, for the rest of this Sunday, the opportunity for some scattered showers to develop. That would be some great news in that area. I'll step it back. Again, the model by 8 o'clock tonight begins to fade that rain. And then for the rest of the week, we're looking at scattered showers developing mainly in the afternoon hours. The rain chance is going to be coming back down, though, in Jamaica. You can see as I let this run out, not a ton of green on the map. We've had some decent showers over the weekend. If you caught some of those, let me know in the comment section below. But relatively speaking, it's going to be isolated rain for my friends there. Now, you slip just a little bit farther off towards the east. There's this moisture axis that's going to situate itself right over Hispaniola. And guess what? The rain chance just remains high throughout the entire island. Puerto Plata, Santiago de los Caballeros, Samana, Punta Cana, Santo Domingo, west towards Port-au-Prince and Lacaille. Scattered rain developing each and every day. And I'm telling you right now, guys, some of this could be on the heavier side. There's enough instability in the atmosphere. There's a little bit of cooler air aloft that could lead to what we call steeper lapse rates, which means we get better chances for some thunderstorms to try and return into the forecast. We've had some isolated thunderstorms from time to time. But again, you can see tomorrow afternoon, the rain is fairly widespread, especially interior sides of the island, higher terrain, mudslides, landslides, can't rule those out. We're going to run it right back on your Tuesday afternoon. The rain again extending now as far east as Punta Cana, then on Thursday, flare it right back up again. Temperatures will still be able to get up to around 90 degrees before the rain moves in. And look how we end the week into Thursday. Extremely wet weather as well. Friday, about the same. This is one area that as we go along, if this model plays out like it says it's going to, we might have to be talking about some flash flooding issues in Hispaniola in general, both Haiti and the Dominican Republic. Now, for my friends in Puerto Rico, we've had some flash flooding and some river rises over the last week. I'll be monitoring that. Maybe the rain is not as concentrated here, but I got to tell you something. The rain, at least the next several evenings, is going to be widespread. We'll get some afternoon rain, but the best chance for showers will be during the evening hours. You can see a few showers flaring up in the afternoon, and then additional rain kind of sticks around for portions of the evening, more showers in the afternoon, additional showers sticking around for the evening hours as well. It is somewhat more area dependent, but I'm talking about San Juan, and I'm saying a 60 to a 70% chance of evening rain through Wednesday, and it's still relatively wet Thursday and into Friday. St. Croix, a little bit further south, slightly drier, but still some passing showers for my friends there in the Christiansted area. For St. Thomas, Charlotte Amalie, Cruz Bay there in St. John. Again, we'll continue to see some of the rain work across the area. By the way, there's some haze in this region as well. Air quality is moderate at best. And again, It's going to be breezy from time to time as well, including the British Virgin Islands, Tortola area. Now, you get a little bit farther east than that, and we'll continue to see some moisture stream in from the east, so scattered showers for places like Anguilla and St. Bartholomew and Ceiba, Barbuda and Antigua and St. Kitts and Nevis, and Montserrat and Guadeloupe. Now we get a little bit farther south of there, and again, I'll have much more coming up for the week ahead, but the easterlies will provide some rain, but it'll be undercut a little bit by the haze. Now, again, farther south, the concentration of the Saharan dust layer is greater. That begins to impede the rain chances. Now, that's going to be the case through the early part of the week. But let's take Barbados as an example, where again, I can't rule out an isolated shower trying to develop even during this evening, but generally speaking, we might get a little bit of rain overnight. This is early tomorrow morning, and then, a scattered shower or two early in the week. But now as we push into Wednesday and Thursday, now we start to see that moisture begin to return again and the opportunity for a few more showers there. So the rain chance should be going up in places like Barbados, St. Lucia, St. Vincent, and the Grenadines, and potentially Trinidad and Tobago later in the week. Trinidad and Tobago, we'll see how this plays out. We've had a nice little moisture plume recently, but some of that might try and miss you a little bit farther off towards the east or to the north. So scattered showers there. By the way, daytime highs in Trinidad and Tobago easily in the lower 30s centigrade for the next several afternoons ahead. Feel like I haven't talked about a lot of rain in Aruba, Bonaire, Curacao lately. They had a couple of showers earlier last week. That rain chance is going to be relatively minimal. And look at all of this heavy rain trying to sneak back into portions of Central America. Sorry about that, guys. Panama and Costa Rica could be in store for some extremely heavy rain. I'll be watching that. And then you get up towards Nicaragua and Honduras, scattered rain inland there. We've had isolated coastal rain for Belize lately. It's been a little bit drier inland. We're going to be relatively dry in Cancun and Cozumel, a few scattered showers. The winds are going to be a big story in this area, as I've already mentioned. And then, boy, I haven't had to get into huge details from our friends in Bahamas the last 5 days or so, because you've just enjoyed some fantastic weather. Do have another front coming in. We're going to kick up the winds a little bit. Now, our chance for rain begins to return to the area later tomorrow, especially Walker's Key, Grand Bahama, on over towards the Abaco area, Marsh Harbor. Spotty showers, again, fronts this time of the year begin to weaken as they move this far south and east. There'll be a bit of a wind gust from time to time. And then after that, we're back to some drier conditions. Again, we really yet to see the daily showers and storms kick up in this area. We haven't had the sea breeze. Peninsula storms here in Florida yet. It's a little too early for that. So we're still, looking at the fronts to bring us the shower activity. That next one again comes in late tomorrow, but it's going to be weakening. But I would expect some gustier winds to at least accompany this front from time to time. Some of those scattered showers might make it as far southeast as the Turks and the Caicos, but really what's going to be happening there is that shear axis from that moisture is just going to help to funnel in a little bit of rain into those regions. And again, it's very easy to see here when I show you a little bit broader perspective, the flare up of the rain through Hispaniola and Puerto Rico and portions of the Lesser Antilles. So before we get out of here, and thank you so much again for liking the video and subscribing if you are not a subscriber yet, is to take a look at the total rain in the area. So we're going to take a look here at your total precip over the next 5 days. And there obviously is a big old bullseye on what's happening right now in the Dominican Republic. So again, what we're looking at here is how much rain is going to fall over the next 5 days. And there are portions of the Dominican Republic where we're looking at potentially a half foot of rain. If this were to transpire, this could be some significant potential flooding. I don't want to overstate it at this point in time. It's all speculative, but that being said, several of the models that I've looked at produce heavy rain each and every day. The soil is already somewhat saturated from the rain that we had last week. So there are some concerns in the Dominican Republic and portions of Haiti, especially interior locations, higher terrain areas, to have some potential mudslides and landslides. Now, we start to see that rain fade towards the coastline, but even Santo Domingo could be in store for 1 to 2 inches of rain. La Romana and Punta Cana, 1 inch to 1.5 inches. It's just gonna be wet. Samana, 2.5, maybe 3 inches of rain. Puerto Plata, again, a couple of inches of rain possible there. You get towards Port-au-Prince, and again, it's really area dependent, but just east of the city, maybe over 3 inches of rain. Port-au-Prince itself, maybe 2. Lacaille, Bullseye, 2.5. Just an extremely wet forecast for this area. Jamaica, It's going to be much more of a typical, you catch a couple isolated showers in the afternoon, maybe you get 1 or 2 afternoons of rain, nothing extremely heavy to cause any flooding issues, but most of you have said, Rusty, I need additional showers. This is not going to be enough to cause any issues there. I hope you catch some of that rain, especially today and tomorrow before the chances fade. Another bullseye, another maximum of some rain here, again, through portions of inland Puerto Rico, more than 2 inches of rain in a couple of spots. Again, we've already had some localized river rises and some isolated flooding. That's something I'll continue to monitor. As I've mentioned, the farther east that you go, you begin to cut off the heavier rain, but 1/4 to a 1/2 inch or plus is absolutely plausible. And then through the lesser Antilles, it's going to be very area dependent. I do expect some scattered showers to come in. Again, places like Barbados, your rain chances will become higher later in the week, and 1/2 inch of rain sounds like a pretty good average. As I've mentioned, Trinidad and Tobago gets a little bit too far south to really get into so the heavier activity. Speaking of just some heavier rain, again, towards Panama City, there could be some very significant bullseyes through portions of Panama and Costa Rica. I'll be monitoring, and then scattered showers begin to fade away as you get up towards the Yucatan and Belize. And despite the rain chances that I mentioned for the northwest sides of the Bahamas, the rain overall is not going to be extremely significant. Friends, that's the latest here across your area. You know that we're across social media as well. We're on Instagram, TikTok, X, Facebook. You have a picture or video you want to send me for one of these videos, it's myMediaMundo@gmail.com. Any business inquiries you can send there as well. Again, just wanted to pop on, talk about what's happening right now, kind of preview the week ahead. You know, I'll have much more for you coming up. Thank you so much. Have a great rest of your Sunday. And I will, of course, see you soon right here at Meteo Mundo.